Hello and welcome to Pardon the Interception, Season 38, Week 5, with your hosts, myself, Lee Wood.
Nick Taylor.
Myself, Malcolm Smith.
Let's start off with let's go around the league, starting off as ever with the GFL. Dumber, what are you doing?
Got pirated, didn't I? Yar!
Our Pirates beat Mules.
Exactly. They've got an eye patch and a pirate hat.
Rinrate's a good win over the Gunslingers. Ergodoga Hulk winning.
I did actually. I've done a little bit of looking at games this week. Crazy, I know. The Firebird Steelers game was a good ending. Was the Firebirds scored and then onside kicked and then failed miserably, but they also missed the extra point conversion.
Nice.
Can you remember what the game of the week was this week?
Firebird Steelers, right?
It was something like that. I don't know whether it was that one. The Armadillos Dodgers game was also quite good though. Dodgers were 11 yards out and then for an interception right into the game.
Nobody likes to see that.
So a couple of entertaining games there.
Have a look at the standings.
Bath were too good for the Emperors. So that might have been that was the game of the week, right?
Probably.
Yeah.
Got there eventually.
NFC East still looks like the Nick Taylor Memorial League.
Yes, it's a 5-5 league, the classic.
The Sandbaggers still 5-0.
Yeah. Maybe that Emperor's game wasn't the game of the week based on that record, but it was an entertaining game. It was very close for a team that were 4 versus a team that was 4-0. So our game of the week was probably Rafe's Gunslingers, right? That must have been
Probably, yeah. So
starting to shape up.
It's week 5, so it's the week we can start looking at the playoff picture.
It's looking tough on the AFC.
Well, Simon, you can start getting out your telestration if you like.
You don't have to ask me twice.
Who do we think's okay?
Here we go.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom.
Simon's porno bars.
Let's kill off some teams.
AFC is looking pretty healthy.
Nope. Mark lost to me. Nope.
Sorry, who?
Oh, sorry. Yeah. A coach with no name lost to me. Good point. This league can just be deleted.
I mean, we're going with only one wild card.
Yeah, the other match doesn't matter because they're just going to get knocked out in the next round. We're not interested in who makes the playoffs.
You only got to make the playoffs to be in with a chance. What if you just sandbag to the playoffs?
Then your name's Lee J. Elkins.
One of these teams will make it and someone else here will make it. I just don't care. Not today, anyway.
That's the spirit, Simon.
Yeah.
That's the spirit.
And then I've got to delete some teams from over here.
It's going to be a Blaze versus Quake final this year.
Nice.
Just going to call it now.
I remember I chose the Lightning from the NFC, but I can't remember who I chose from the AFC.
Kill some more people.
No idea.
I probably went with Aaron just because it's funny.
Who don't we like? Other than Aaron.
Who don't we like?
I've already made my call, so do what you will with it.
The only coach I really don't know in that list is Chris. But I do like the Blaze at the minute. They've only had 50 points scored against them.
And they beat the Wraiths.
Yeah.
Oh, I kind of want to see a Blaze Quake final. I think it'd be a good game.
The Blaze
probably if I had to cut another team, I'm probably cutting the Pirates.
Yahar!
Yeah, one of their wins was against the Mules, to be
Yeah.
fair. So
I do feel like any of these teams could go all the way, and any of the teams these teams.
It definitely is shaping up to actually be an interesting playoff on the AFC side, at least. The NFC, I think, after the first wildcard round, it looks a lot better.
Looks a lot like what I've got on here.
Yeah.
We are going to be proved wrong by one of these teams losing, but
Sure. You know what I mean.
that's
it's the teams from the bowl more difficult to gauge.
that's true.
Right. Game of the week.
this is a tough one this week. There's 3 games I like, which is Dodgers at the Blaze, Witchcraft at the Quake as well. Should be a good one. But my game of the week is going to be the Dragons at the Beach Breakers. I think that's whoever comes out victorious in that one has a huge edge. So
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Does anybody know if any of the players we were there when we did a shout out for players? I know we got a few comments last week. I think none of them were in the GFL.
I think they were just continental players. I could be wrong.
See, the Continental get our vibe.
The Continental are the home of all the good players.
Anything more before we move on to the Atlantic?
Yeah. I felt like a lot more information than normal. So I know what the game of the week here was. The Stampede at the Anacondas, and that was one very one-sided game, I have to say.
Disappointing.
Stampede
Yeah.
very good. So
Obviously, there weren't any buns involved in that game.
yeah, there weren't any scores that really like jumped out at me in the Atlantic this week. I guess that one was a bit bigger than I maybe have thought, but
yeah,
probably shows where like the Anacondas aren't quite there yet with the rebuilding and such.
you lost to Chickerell just.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my team's not there this season.
I managed to lose to Aaron, which is to Kendall, which is great, as I did have that last year, that fight off with Kendall where we were both trying to lose and I failed that battle.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed.
Good win for the Spartans as well.
Disappointed there was less nonsense from the Spitfires this week. Very disappointing. All players were played in the correct positions.
That's because the Outlaws are a legit team, right?
Nice. It's the Simon effect, Lee. Behave. I'm kind of a big deal.
Let's take a look at the standings.
Getting further away from the 5 and 5. Tell you that much.
There's a lot. Look, there are a few more runaway leaders in this than there were in the GFL, but still a good number of close-ish divisions.
Are you getting further away, Nick, or closer, depending on how you look at it?
I think like the Atlantic isn't as exciting as it normally would be. A few teams have come off of where they were. A few teams lost some players. Few teams still in rebuild. So
I think there are a couple of exciting divisions, but yeah, the league as an overall, the number of competitive teams is much lower than usual.
This is a solved league, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I think you've deleted the Magpies, who are probably better than than that. I like the way you cover up a 5-0 team. Savage.
Because they're in the CFC East.
Yeah, but they haven't just.
We all know
CFC
about the CFC East, Nick. We've all heard about it.
We always lose in the game before the bowl. That's what happens.
They never make it, right? So
barely concede any points, the Magpies.
That's because they played like you and the Islanders, I suspect.
They have, yeah.
That's
I
the
played
reason.
3 other teams.
Who
General,
between them have
Stanley,
scored
and
36
Spurs.
points.
Yeah. I'll
Hey, I
Gary
scored 7.
for you, Nick.
I
There
think
you
you
go.
might find I scored 7 points against them.
Oh. Yeah, no, that looks reasonable to me.
Yeah.
Who do we think is going to come out?
If you're in the black,
think-
apologies, but your season's over.
I think a lot of us went with I think I went with the Spartans.
I think Simon went with the Razorbacks, right?
I love the Razorbacks. Big Razorbacks fan. That's,
I wouldn't say
Can't
that.
remember who I went
might-
with the CFC.
some people refer to me as Bono sometimes, so gotta keep close to the Razorbacks.
Ah, so you're actually a giant piece of shit.
Well, we all knew that. Why else do people call me Mr.
He's already
Hank?
proclaimed he's a big deal. I mean, like,
Kind of a big deal. You gotta get it right, Nick. None of this misinformation, like me playing in the Atlantic.
you do play in the Atlantic, don't you?
Yeah, I just forgotten which team I am because none of these have my name on.
That's because you've blacked it out.
True. Yeah.
We will never know.
Yeah, if anyone can find my team in the Atlantic, let me know. I'm still looking.
I think like the regular season doesn't look like too exciting in the Atlantic, but the playoffs should be pretty good.
Yeah,
I think those
that's
teams
probably
are all pretty decent. Like, I think the Sonics probably aren't on there yet, but
yeah.
maybe
We
the
are.
Tigers probably aren't either. Probably the Redcoats probably aren't. But like the other teams, I could see like Magpies, Heroes, Avalanche, Stampede being the 4 in the CFC. Probably Blues, Outlaws, Spartans, Razorbacks in the MFC. And they should be good games.
We are moving to my least favorite bit of the season, where kind of next few games are going to be kind of like just reinforcing what we already know.
Yeah, I think that's definitely the trouble in the Atlantic this season. It's just sometimes it's just the way the games break as well. Like I think some of the other leagues do look a lot more interesting than the Atlantic, but
There's one in particular that looks a lot more interesting.
Yeah.
But then
the Empire, obviously.
Yeah. As I say, there's a few teams who have lost some players, a few teams in rebuilding, a few new managers as well. So I think next season will be good in the Atlantic. This season's just a little bit of a transition period.
Yeah, that's probably fair.
Let's take a look at game of the week.
Got one.
Redcoats Outlaws is game of the week this week. Can't really see any
Bam.
other game. Can't really see any other games to look at.
How do we get a little thing like GOTW next to it, a bit like MNF? That's the real question.
In order to get that, we might need to record before Thursday. Wednesday.
It's Wednesday today.
I have no idea what day of the week it is.
Lee is awful at week numbers as well as days.
To be fair, I've been out of sync this week. I got home tonight and thought, it's the weekend tomorrow.
On to the Continental.
Probably turn up to work at least. Tell you what, Angels, just wait for those scores to come up. Bam!
Back at it.
Angels hangers. The game is back. Big scores.
It's the gift that always delivers.
Peckham doing Peckhamy things.
Oh.
Winning the Helmet Bowl has galvanized the team.
See. The best game this week, though, is the Renegades Bears. That is a spicy meatball. Look at the fourth quarter in that game, and then look at also the passing yards for the Renegades.
Nice.
23-21 in quarter 4.
Yeah, nearly 800 passing yards. I think his arm must fall off at that point, right? Like,
did the defenses just have to get an earlier flight home?
It looks that way. They certainly didn't fancy doing much in that fourth quarter. The crazy thing is, like, if you look at the receivers in general, like even the Bears receivers, there's like what six 6 players over 100 yards.
Nice.
So it's not even like one stacked wide receiver doing all the business. It was just everyone doing all the business.
Impressive. Do the Bears just have like special teams all over the place to score those points, or what?
There was 0 punts in the game.
Kick returns is the important one.
Yeah, no. It was just
Oh,
a
yeah.
comment
That's
that there
some
was
big old
0
kick returns,
punts.
30 yards.
There's some decent returns though.
Yeah.
Did a bit of their work for them. Definitely nobody fancied running in this game though.
They're trying to steal our hearts away from the Angels.
And that game
That's
was
what's going
huge,
on here.
of course. Like, the stats weren't as good in that game. They're good, but not as good as that.
This guy did it in the third quarter.
Yeah.
I always love it when you have a negative run in total for a team.
Yeah.
That's an Angel special.
I mean,
take
there's one wide receiver there with 400 yards, which is nice.
Fair. You got Ned Flanders running the ball.
It's all about Charlton to Charlton. That's quality, that is. Charlton, your quarterback, and Charlton, your wide receiver.
It was that Bobby to whatever the other one's called.
Jack.
Oh, there we go. Take a nick.
Let's take a look at the old standard Roonies.
Yeah. Apparently, this is the Monumental Continental.
The Monumental Continental. Okay.
Yeah.
And apparently, we need to look at running back Grant on the Spartans.
We can have a look at
On the
that after
Spartans.
this.
Yeah, we'll have a look after the standings.
Nah.
It'll be quick, the standings anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Badgers are practically in the playoffs already.
That's kind of like a yearly thing. Trying to resist the urge to delete this whole division.
I think you're going to delete most of the right-hand side this time round. Come on, delete some divisions already.
How many times can I delete this?
It's 2 caretaker managers top of their divisions.
Well, Simon always, he did lower last year, didn't he?
At what point do we kick in the he's good enough as a caretaker manager? He's now the manager.
Is this like what's his face? Which
like Roberto Di Matteo coming in at
That's the one.
Chelsea, and they're like, "Yeah, you can have the job, mate," and then gets fired like 3 months into the season.
One Champions League ain't good enough, mate. Bro.
We want you to win 2 Champions Leagues in 1 season. That's the level we need.
That's great. Right. There you go. Something like
I
that.
have to say, the Trojans look very good this season.
Yeah, they do. And that's just because of their helmet. They also look good on the field playing as well.
Because they're going to win the Atlantic and the Continental in the same season.
29 points scored.
He's going to do the
Against
same.
them.
He's going to do the
Unless he comes up against the Angels.
So you're going to do
I mean, that would be entertaining.
the LJE special.
What, the double sandbag?
Sure, we'd have some fireworks if the old Trojans Angels game came about in the playoffs.
Oh, that is the UFC championship match we want to see.
But we could also end up with like a double caretaker final. Although Simon's deleted one of.
Yeah, for the conference, yes. For the bowl, no.
Yes, yeah.
You can have him back if you like.
Nah, that's all right.
Shall we go look at these players to watch?
Yeah, Eagles are playing Trojans in the final. Done, dusted. Let's
go. Which team?
Spartans.
Your St. Louis Spartans.
Special teams, Louis Spartans. Get it right.
Does that mean like the whole team gets +2 levels to special teams?
Yes, that's why they're doing so well. What was the name of the player?
Running back Grant, apparently.
Sir not appearing in this game.
The man with the mustard said running back Grant, Spartans, Monumental Continental, worth checking out.
Let's go have a look at their roster.
Where you've been done because you haven't looked into it in advance.
Looking into things in advance. What's
I
the
mean, they literally don't have a running back called Grant.
Let's see if there's one on a different team. Go to stats. But he's not in like the top 10.
So
Like,
Grant was second rusher this week for the Royals. Plays for the Royals.
Plays for the Royals.
Royals. That's running back Grant.
I had that stuck in my head as well.
That's your running back. Wrong team. Does that mean that the Sack King is on the Spartans?
No, he's also on the Royals. It is Cavazos, who has 20 sacks this season.
Nice. I do like a sacker. Thing is, do I like a Murta or a Bakayo?
We nearly have both Charlton's top of their sections in the season leaders.
Click on Grantley on the MVP award. Let's have a look. What's his yardage like?
His average is good. It's not run as much as I would have thought he would have done.
I mean, last season he did have 413 carries.
Some pretty good numbers. Is it Strom level though?
He's 300 yards behind El Doof.
What we need is the cricket style worm, season by season. Strom. Grant.
I'll see what I can do.
That's what we need, Lee.
I'll see what I can do.
Is he on a Strom trajectory or not? Because if he's not, he can be deleted.
Can't we look at? Is it like one of the? Is it inside the numbers?
Yeah, the problem is you want to compare his season 33 against Strom's rookie season, so
not all time.
Yeah.
How about Calvados? How does he compare on the sacks? Go to the insider numbers.
You can do inside the numbers. You can do top 50 seasons rushing.
Oh, okay.
Anguta is top. Strom is only 8th.
It's like a mixture of.
What? It's like there's a lot of badges.
Which one do you want me to look at?
Second link down.
Rushing.
It's just badges. There's no mushrooms though.
Oh, it's just a single season records.
Yeah. Grant is 13th for the moment.
Okay.
Season 35.
He's not shabby, but he's no Strom Anguta.
Now, the question is De Brussels still on this list?
It's a fair point.
He is.
I swear he got more sacks than that in a season.
Apparently not.
Tell you what you do want, though. Top 50 seasons passing.
That's insane. 50 sacks in a season.
What you're forgetting is the game was broken when he was getting his sacks.
True, it was, yeah. Did you say passing, Nick?
Yeah. There you go.
Now we're talking.
Top Angels.
Stewart.
Only 2 seasons ago.
Problem is, I don't think he's the quarterback anymore.
Well, they have 3 different quarterbacks in the top 20. The old Angels.
That's because
the
they
Angels
don't know
are
how
to
run.
passing what the Badgers are to running.
Let's look at receivers. See what's going on there. See, they don't have anyone in the top receivers though. It's all hangers. Hangers, have you beaten that? Look, Guerrero's like a beast. 5 positions in the top 10.
Okay.
Yeah. Stewart is my new favourite quarterback. Go have a look at Stewart, Lee. On the Angels.
Is he an active player?
Yeah. What a quarterback.
See their starting quarterback at the moment.
Check out those QSTs for best passing record.
Now 60-20-20.
Nice.
I think his face says it all though.
Why is he never running the ball? That's what I want to know.
Look, scroll down to his passing. That's what. Look at that for a 60-20-20.
Single season pass record.
Why does he look like he's about 63 in that picture?
Too much mustard.
He looks very confused as to why he's not playing this season. I have to say. What's
Because
Charl-
Jack Charlton actually has 50 strength.
So Nick,
he does. He's on course for a huge season.
what is the game of the week?
Zulus at Trojans. Easy one. That one.
Okay.
I
On
said
to
that I
the
didn't really look at many of the other games. That one just stood
Eh.
out to me.
that's what we like to go with. The first
What
gut
we like to
feeling.
hear.
I have to say the Delta looked interesting this week.
To be fair, I
Couple
did get a
of
draw,
good
and everyone
games.
loves a draw.
There is a draw, yeah. And there was another overtime as well, right? It was Enigma.
But that was a game
One
and a half.
overtime. Yeah.
Flop ahead lost, which is always good.
The Enigma beat the Wally Warriors in overtime. We
Yeah.
love to see it.
OT.
Black and Bicker, Black and Bicker, Black and Decker, Black and Decker, Black and Decker.
Goochland and La Jolla, pretty close as well, which I know you'd love.
Gooch.
As a big fan of Goochland.
Yeah. No.
Goochland, what, Virginia? I'm going to guess where it is. I'm going to look it up now.
It's a lot of close games.
It is in Virginia.
Cougars lost, so
Yeah. Standings are going to be interesting for this one, I
Withens
feel.
Spitfires was a
game and a
was a
half.
humdinger, as they say on the streets.
So that's what the kids say.
Yeah.
Lee, can you guess how many people are in Goochland?
25,000.
Lower.
20,000.
Lower.
20.
Higher.
5,000.
Lower.
1,000.
Close. 861. That concludes our game of higher and lower.
That number one.
That is number one.
Yeah,
The VFC North is an interesting division this year for unusual reasons. Yeah.
Nobody wants that one.
Simon, how are you top of your division with a negative points differential?
Because how I roll.
All you got to do is beat the other teams in your division.
Yeah, it's fair.
But there's an easy way of dealing with this, right? Because no one from the GFC North's doing anything. So you can just do that.
Are we going back to the old days of Aaron versus Lee?
It does seem that way.
In the final.
I want to see what the Monarchs can do.
Yeah, you want to see it and then you'll be really disappointed. There you go. Katana's Centurions with a side dish of someone against the Lone Stars.
Plague.
Maybe the Plague? Maybe the Plague are our little wild card? Maybe the Wyverns or the Hammer Sharks.
I mean, the Wyverns threw their game away a little bit this week, so.
Yeah, I know. But actually, no. What am I thinking about? Throwing it to the Spitfires. Maybe we need to, do something like this.
It's another league where it feels like there's a few teams in transition and such.
Yeah. Playoffs should be mildly entertaining.
Hopefully, the GFC can actually put forward a decent team this year for the bowl game.
Nick, what is the game of the week?
Yeah, it looks tough this week. I was thinking Plague at 49ers.
Plague 49ers. Bam.
Can't really see beyond that though.
On to the Empire.
Best league.
Oh, Griffin's game. Bang.
Nice.
92-0.
Also, Red Bulls lost to Gorillas.
Ooh.
Are the Red Bulls done? That's the real question.
They've lost their wings.
I mean, the Gorillas did well. They
I don't know what it is, but someone keeps on telling us that there's a 33rd team in the Empire. Can anyone see the Hunters anywhere?
No, I can't see the Hunters.
Okay. Good. It's not just me.
If you look at just at the top of the screen,
Mm-hmm.
a bit higher.
Oh, I see. Yep. R cubed. R cubed.
Bounty
See,
losing to the Chaos was an interesting one as well.
some could say chaotic.
Yeah.
Wouldn't want it any other way.
Have a look, see
22
what that's
points,
done
though.
to the standards. That
Have
is
you
ridiculous.
have you gone into that game? It's just for lols.
55 points in the first quarter.
It's gone off the end and changed colour.
Hey, at least Todd's put his hand up.
I'm a big fan of
Yeah.
that, Todd.
Yeah. What's quite
You know.
the game.
Oh, you
I'd
are
like
a
to see
munch
some-
in disguise.
There's other leagues where I'd like to see nice, honest comments like that.
Yeah.
I don't think maybe there's one or two teams that have sort of lost by that much, but it's rare that happens that badly.
10 points for Todd.
Griffins are conceding a lot of points this season, though.
It's not surprising. They're losing by nearly 100 points a week.
It's the highs of being a bowl team to going into full rebuild.
Mm.
Yeah. Motivation plus rebuild equals irk.
Yeah.
No, when you got a losing record, you don't get low motivation, I think.
I think if you're
Possibly.
isn't it down to the record between the difference between the two teams?
I know the low motivation gets halved if you got a losing record. There you go. So you get minus half a level rather than -1.
You do get to see in this league Comrade's name with 0-5 next to it, though.
Oh yeah, that's what we like to see.
So there is that.
That's why there's a star next to it. It's Conrad, but not really.
Oh, you comrade in disguise.
Oh, you gone in disguise.
It's going to be an interesting season, I think, in the Empire.
I'm
Best bit
definitely-
of do that.
I'm definitely waiting with bated breath for the District 12 R cubed game.
District 12 R cubed. You don't have to wait too long.
When is it?
Might be game of the week next week.
Oh, look out. Oh, look, the Empire delivering. Look at this.
It always
PFC is a
delivers.
rip roarer.
We always talk about
The
the
BFC,
Empire
not so
being-
much. But the PFC, come on.
I
Beautiful.
like the way you've given the Thunder still a little bit of daylight there.
I don't mind Matt White.
I think the BFC West is just behind most of the other divisions in this one at the moment.
You watch the Thunder. The Thunder?
See,
They get struck down.
the advantage that Todd has with rebuilding as the Griffins, he can still win as the Rogues.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, there's like a lot of change going on here though, which is nice.
Yeah.
District 12 and High Hunters are the two teams that are normally there or thereabouts. So
Yeah, no, it's definitely looking nice and competitive.
it's a shame they've got 3 caretaker coaches or however many years. So.
Yeah. Oh, okay. R Cube District 12 is next week, and I assume that is game of the week, no matter what.
I mean, the Claymores at the Jacksonville High Hunters is a good one as well. I think if I remember correctly. So
Tell you what, because it's the Empire, we can have 2.
I mean, those are two very good games. I feel. I think the other divisions all sort of Sharks Monarchs as well. Some big games. So yeah, the Empire should be pretty good this week.
Hey. Anything else before we get to a close?
No, it's been an entertaining week though, I have to say.
It's definitely been a fun week to watch. So yeah,
It's that week where things start getting a little bit more exciting. So
any week we can get the stand-ins and Simon's telestrations in is always good. Okay. With that, it's goodbye from me.
goodbye.
Goodbye from me.